Hello everyone, welcome back. If you're new to my channel, I'd like to welcome you. My name is Yvette Quale, and on my channel I like to create tutorials for junk journaling, beadwork, paper crafting, and more. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing a mixed media Minnesota design team share. I'm using the kit called Inspirational Words. It's a 6-page kit of all kinds of words with definitions and different sizes, different fonts, different styles. And so I've chosen these words here, as you can see on the belly bands that I'm making. So we're going to show you a couple here, and then I'm going to go through real quick and do a tutorial on how I made these belly bands. So the first thing I want to point out is the base here on all my belly bands. You'll see on the back it's a little bit shiny. What I used was, it's called Wet and Stick Water Activated Joint Tape, and it is drywall tape. So I thought, I saw this in my husband's pile of stuff, and I thought it would make a really cool thing. It just comes in a roll, comes off. One side is more paper, the other side is the glue side, thus the wet and stick. But what I found was decorating the non-adhesive side is better with the glue that I was using. So I did experiment with wetting this and then trying to just stick images on there to see if this glue was sturdy enough. And while it was sturdy enough, it didn't like to stick to material. So if you want to back it with something, I would suggest using the paper side, which I did on all of these. So I created here for our samples 2 that are horizontal and 2 that are vertical. So I used images. These bird and lady images are from nevermorecreation17.com, Vintage Image Club. And then the words, all of the words are from Mixed Media Minnesota, from the Inspirational Word Kit. So I've just added some scrapbook pages. This one's covered in lace. It's got a little lace trim, little lace bow, little bead flat back there. And then I did some hand-drawn stitching, of course, around the edge there. And this one is backed with a piece of scrapbook paper, and then again, image from Vintage Image Club. This is cut out from a greeting card, and it was black and white, so I colored it. And then the words again from Mixed Media Minnesota, and I put a little bead element on there, a little beaded branch, and a little bit of lace. This one again is Image Vintage Image Club images, and then the words, I put a little button on there, a little button down here, and this will just go on a page in a journal. So here we have this one, and all these words are really cute. I really like how they are versatile and you can use them several different ways. I'm going to grab a journal here and just show you how these might look on a page. So this is my cover to cover journal, which I do need to get back to, but let's just open this up here and turn to a blank page, and then I can show you how these would just go in here, and then you would take a journal card or something and just slide it under the belly band like this. So you're just going to put a little bit of glue on the bottom here, a little bit of glue at the top there, and then that will become a belly band in your journal. You can do the horizontal the same way. You're just going to go like this, and you're going to go ahead and just glue the sides, and then of course your ephemera pieces will slide in the top here like this. So that's just kind of what we're going to do. So let's move aside our things here. I didn't plan on pulling this journal out, but I thought maybe some of you might not know what a belly band was, so it's hard to say sometimes, who knows what, when we're crafting together. So I try to cover new people and seasoned people. So what I have here are a bunch of the words that I've already pre-cut out. These are all from the kit. I'll just go through these just so you guys can kind of get an idea of what they look like. There's all different sizes, as you can see. The small ones are falling out of my hand. And there's just a whole bunch of variety, a little bit of different background. This could be a tab. You could fold this in half, make it into a page tab. It'd be really cute. And then there's some numbers also in there. There's just a couple of those. And then there's some floral different elements in there, just a few. So it might have just one word like that and a little bit of floral on it. So what I've done here is I've gone ahead and cut out a piece of that wet and stick drywall tape, and I just peeled it off, cut it off, and you'll notice when it comes off the roll it is a little bit curvy here, so you just have to bend it the other way to get it to straighten out. And then again, I'm decorating the paper side of it rather than the glossy adhesive side of it. Now I did wonder about this in humidity. I live at the Oregon coast, so I have humidity here, but I don't have a lot of heat, so it does okay, and I haven't had a problem with that. Although I am thinking I'll back these that I made with some paper just to be safe and make sure that this does not come up. But you'll notice that this is a really nice sturdy piece there. All right, so let's go ahead and get started here. What I'd like to do is grab a piece of lace maybe. So some of the samples that I had there, I did back in lace. This one is backed in lace. That one is actually fabric. This is paper. And then this one, you can hardly see it, but the whole thing is backed in lace. So I'll go ahead and put a piece on there. Again, you guys know that I usually, well, you might not know, I usually use Fabri-Tac glue. I found that's a good glue for most of the things that I do. It's got a good adhesiveness to it, and it likes to stick a variety of items to other items. So I find it's good for fabric and buttons and beads, flat back beads, lace, fabric. And I don't know if I said paper, so I might have said that again, but paper. Let's go ahead and stick a piece of lace on there. And I don't know if you can see this on camera. I did use this lace as a stencil on one of my videos, and so you'll see a little bit of discoloration there. That's just fine because we're going to cover most of that up anyway. And I did try, my first experiment was one that I did not back, and I didn't like it as much. So I think backing it with something really adds to it. Just trim off the excess. Don't throw those away. You can save those and use them later. So make sure that's down. I've gone ahead and inked up the pieces that I want to use, just so I'm not wasting your time on camera. So what I was thinking, again, this is a Vintage Image Club image from nevermorecreation17.com, and it's a club that you buy a lifetime membership, and then you can print off as much ephemera. She adds to it quite often. You can just go in there and print off whatever you want whenever you want it once you have purchased the lifetime membership. So let's go ahead and pop that on there. I kind of like that there. And I'm glad to be back with you guys. I've been a little bit busy in my life, and so it's nice to be able to get back into my craft room and just start creating again. So I have had a few new subscribers. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. And again, when I get up to my next 100 mark, I will have another giveaway. So my next 100 mark is 400. When I get there, I will have a giveaway drawing, and we'll see who wins. So I'm just putting the elements on here, as you can see. And I do have another project that I'm going to be working on here for Mixed Media Design Team. Should have that up hopefully by the first part of next week. As I've mentioned in my prior videos, my 7-month-old now grandson lives with me, so I do have to work a little bit around his schedule. So he went with his parents to see his other grandma today, so I had a little bit of time, and so I popped on here and we'll go ahead and create. So please comment put a comment in the comment section if there's certain things you would like to see on my channel. I'm always happy to hear what other people are interested in seeing and doing. And yeah, anytime you guys have an idea or a thought, I really appreciate it when you share those with me. And I do take those to heart. So thinking this needs to go somewhere, but I don't know if I want it to go somewhere. So I just kind of create as I go. You guys know that. I've been here before. So this is a little piece of off of a tablecloth. It's the very last part. I used it in the belly band that I made here at the top and the bottom, and then on this one I didn't have enough of it, so what I did was I just put it around, and then I put lace the rest of the way around because I like that so much. So it was just a little trim piece on a piece of muslin, but I've enjoyed using it. I had quite a bit of it for a while, but that's the very last of it that I know of, unless somewhere in my craft room it's hidden away. Maybe that happens sometimes. So I'm just putting a little button on there, and I always like to finish my buttons out. I know I've seen some people that don't do that, and that's fine, but I always like to put mine so they have a little bit of thread in there, look like they're finished. Okay, so maybe that needs a little bit of something. Let's see what I have here. I'm reaching over in my box. You guys know I have a box on my desk. I don't know what to call it. It's my catch-all. I don't really want to put things away when I'm done with something, so I just stick them in there, and then I can grab out of it and create as I go. So, oh look, that's perfect size too. All right, I'm going to go ahead and put that on there. Recently discovered there is a front and back to lace, but I don't think it really matters once it's on there. I like how that turned out. You can trim that up or leave it raw. It just depends on what you want your particular belly band to look like. Maybe I'll put one on the other side too. I have enough of it over here, so I'll just snip off a piece. Yeah, I think I want to do that on the other side too. Sometimes I plan things one way for camera, and then when I'm actually doing it, I just wing it and do my own thing. So hope you guys can appreciate that. So eyelid is a little bit difficult for me to work with, so I don't really use a lot of fabric. I've just started doing that since I started junk journaling. Before that I didn't really do a lot with fabric. It kind of scares me. So anyway, I just have really been trying to use more fabric and lace in my projects, and I've always had fabric and lace in my craft room, but I've never really used it for much. Maybe a small project, and then when I'm done, it's done. But with junk journaling, I'm sure you guys know, you can just add your elements and things that you do already, all crafts that you already do, you can just incorporate into making junk journal supplies. So one thing I did want to mention, the distressed oxide ink that I used is the walnut stain in today's project. So again, let's go ahead, let me grab my piece of wallpaper here so we have a nice background. Go ahead and look at the one we created here. There we go. And look once again at the ones that I've already done, so you guys can get a little bit of inspiration maybe. So this is a good way also, if you're new to junk journaling, it's a great way to practice layering. That is a technique that a lot of people struggle with. I know I've had people comment and ask how I, process videos on how I do layering. So I thought this project would also answer some of those questions that you might be having. So again, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Hit the notification bell so you'll be notified when my next video is up. And subscribe if you haven't. Thank you so much to those of you who have. And I hope you have a great day. Thanks so much.